If you are a guy and you tell me that you've never experienced any kind of ball pains, you're lying. And if you are a girl and you tell me that you never did or think about kicking a boy in his balls, then you are lying too. Actually, I don't know. I'm not a girl, so you tell me. Anyway, I remember this traumatizing incident back when I was in 2nd grade. It was during the annual sports day. I just finished my 100-meter sprint event and I was taking a break. A classmate of mine, a girl who we will call her Saley, was messing around with me. I don't remember what exactly were we talking about, but somehow the conversation got very heated. And then she kicked me multiple times and I tried my best to dodge and push her away from me without harming her because, you know, it is kinda ugly for a guy to beat up a girl. After a few not so effective kicks, she finally decided to take her attacking strategies to the next level. She changed her aim to my crotch area. Okay, get this. I was a fairly complacent kid back then. Never have I ever got into any fights or troubles. I barely even participate in any physical activities. Nothing in my life has ever prepared me for this type of situation. Also, Saley's kicks were pretty violent, at least for the 8-year-old me. So there's no way I would let her pump my balls with that kind of force. I backed off and I politely told her, 哎，好了，别提了，别提了。真是的，算你赢，我走还不行啊，真是的。I turned around and I left her. She didn't follow. Good. Again, I cannot even recall how did we start the fight in the first place, but I was darn pissed, alright? I found a soccer goal and I sat down next to the post, with my legs open like this. I've made a horrible mistake. I heard footsteps, so I looked up. I saw Saley walked super quickly toward my location. She then stopped in front of me, angrily lifted her right foot, and then she stepped on my balls. I was holding my crotch, crying and moaning. I could feel my soul flying out from my body. Oh, the intolerable pain. You wanna know what was Saley doing? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess. She was laughing at me like a ruthless bully. My mom saw me curled up on the ground from a distance away and realized something was not right. She rushed to me and asked me what happened. 一帆踩我蛋了。My mom was terrified. She dragged me to the restroom and checked if all my parts were okay. And thankfully, besides some redness, everything was still functioning perfectly. We went back to the track. Saley and her parents apologized to us. And my teacher was there too, telling Saley not to do that again. Saley was sorry, she apologized too, and we were cool from then on. That was tough, but I would definitely protect my private part more carefully after that tragedy, right? Haha, nope! This was back in 4th grade, 2 years after the previous incident. At my elementary school back in China, we have these ping pong or table tennis tables, and quite ironically, we aren't allowed to play ping pong or actually any of the playground equipment whatsoever because the school department wanted to avoid parental complaints about student injuries. Why did you even build them in the first place? So because of the restriction, most of the kids decided to sit on the table and talk and chill and stuff. One day I was hanging out with my friends next to those ping pong tables. I didn't enjoy playing with boys because their activities tend to be highly physical. And as I mentioned before, I wasn't an active kid, so I regularly played with girls. But it comes with a prize. So this other girl named Summer and 2 other girls are sitting on the ping pong table and I was standing in front of them. And while they were talking, they were swinging their dangling legs because it was a brilliant idea to do that when a guy is literally standing like 1/2 meter away with his nuts exposed. One of Summer's swing almost got me and I immediately jumped back. She and the other girls giggled. Oh, they were perfectly clear about what kind of fire they're playing with. I tried to keep my distance far from their lethal legs, but I gradually lowered my alarm as I moved closer and closer because I was distracted by the conversation. And just when I was back at the sweet spot again, Summer seized the opportunity.
お前はもう死んでいる。
何?
A flawless upward kick. After a desperate scream, I immediately collapsed. Well, I didn't lose consciousness, but I basically was bathing in my tears. Hey, I'll give you another 5 seconds to guess how did Summer and the other girls reacted. They all came to me with worrying expressions and carried me to the nurse. Who am I kidding? They all laughed at me! Ah! It felt worse than the first time, probably because exactly 0 people wanted to help me out. I climbed to the 4th floor all by myself, and I couldn't stop sobbing like a tiny little bit. I entered my class. Thankfully, nobody was in there except for my teacher. Oh, wait, hold on. Ching! Alright, there. I told my teacher about what happened to my balls, and she was enraged. After the lunch recess, everybody came back to the class and sat down. And after the bell rings, she decided to make an announcement.
Alright, before class begins, I want to formally address something. And it's a rather serious problem. Girls, hitting a boy in his crotch is not okay! It can easily cause horrible injuries, and you will take unbearable responsibilities for life. Same with you, boys. No hitting girls in the private parts. I'm not going to mention any names here today, but I do hope each one of you will behave from now on. Thank you very much. Now take out your math textbooks and turn to page 420.
So yeah, those girls apologized to me during the next recess that day, and we were cool from then on. I honestly do believe that my audiences are all responsible and reasonable people, but just in case if somebody who's watching happens to not know the common sense, I am here to tell you right now. Listen, it does not matter what your age or your gender is. Do not hit a guy in his balls. It is not an appropriate prank no matter what day it is. And my teacher was right too. I'm not going to introduce any vocabulary words that might cause this video to be demonetized. But girls do have a smaller target compared to guys. And if you hit that small region, it is going to produce pain just as strong as hitting a guy in his nuts. So yeah, for the sake of humanity, do not hit anybody in the crotch area. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Today, I will teach you how to say thank you very much in Mandarin Chinese. 非常感谢你，非常感谢你。非常 means very, and 感谢你 means thank you sincerely. Let's all thank James, a.k.a. the odd ones out, for this beautiful collaboration. 非常感谢你, James. And if you want to say thanks in a casual way, just say 谢谢. If you want to know how to say some weird stuff in Chinese, feel free to comment your suggestions. 非常感谢你观看我的视频。
Be sure to check out all my other videos. Link is in the description. And remember to hit that subscribe button and also click that bell to be part of the notification squad and to make the most of your day and have a fun time and wear your seatbelt.
下次见，拜拜。
Wear your